Hello, I'm Lowell Martin and this is MCC Today. You're going to learn a lot, so do not touch that dial. On today's show, we have Aisha Robertson, Tammy Henderson, and DeNay Farrar. You're going to learn a lot, so get ready.
Thank you to the teachers for encouraging me when I wasn't sure where to start, for seeing my potential even when I didn't, for inspiring me to reach farther and try harder.
Thank you, MCC. You helped me change my future.
Find your wings at MCC.
And we are here with the wonderful Miss Aisha Robertson. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Now, you have been here at MCC now, how long?
2 years.
2 years. Now, you started out with the dual credit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is it dual credit or dual enrollment?
Dual credit.
Dual credit program. And then you moved over, and now you are one of our advisors for
Health. Right.
Okay, so anybody who's interested in going in the health programs,
I
do you do
assist them.
everything except nursing?
I do everything except our associate's degree of nursing.
Okay.
So I still do LPN and our healthcare assistant as well as our health programs as well.
Okay, okay, so still you moved from dual credit to, whoa.
Yes, everything. So it's
To
fine.
everything. But how's everything been at MCC?
It's
You
going
enjoying it?
good. So far, so good.
Okay. I just found out that you just told me that I have been at MCC as long as you have been alive.
You have.
Which makes me feel so good.
No pun intended. I'm sorry.
No, it is what it is. But you are here today to talk about basically something that's coming up within the next week or so, and then this summer, which
Yes.
is?
So we have summer and fall registration going on right now in advising.
Okay.
Current students, prospective students, incoming freshmen, transfer students can all come in as long as they have done an admissions application in our admissions department and been admitted as an MCC student. We can get them registered for summer and fall classes.
Okay.
With our summer schedule, the good thing about it is we have essentially 4 terms in one semester.
Yes.
So our first term is our May-mester term. It
Right.
goes from May 15th to June 2nd.
Okay.
Our term 1 of summer goes from May 30th to June 23rd.
Okay.
Our term 2 of summer goes from June 26th to July 21st. And then our full term of summer goes from May 30th to July 21st.
Okay.
So you have 4 different options of how you want to take classes this summer if you choose to take them. And we do offer some classes online or in person, or just online or just in person.
Okay.
So we try to make it fit for everybody.
So the thing is, you need to look and see what you need,
Correct.
and then fill out an application, and that's online.
Correct.
Okay, so when they fill out, and pretty much they get a response within a day.
So
right?
when you do the application online, you'll get a direct link back to your email that says you have successfully completed your admissions application to allow 24 to 48 hours for it to be processed. And then once you process, you get a confirmation email that you've been admitted as a student, and it has your advisor's information on who to contact and get registered for summer classes.
Okay, do they, but now, so once they have been accepted and they're in, do they have to get in touch with their advisor before they start looking at classes, or?
We recommend it only because we don't like for students to take any classes they don't need, or even take the wrong classes. So even if it's just a phone call or an email, just to reach out to us so that we can make sure they are taking the classes that they need. Current students can register themselves in EagleNet, so they have that option. But our incoming students, our new students, we like to speak with them first so we can just make sure they're on the right track.
Okay, okay. So if someone, when they're doing their application, if they put what they're interested in, they're situated, they're then given an advisor.
Correct.
Okay, now do you try to reach out to them via email or phone or?
We do both, email or phone. Most students will reach out to us first. So when they get that confirmation email from our admissions department that says, congratulations, you've been admitted, it'll say your advisor is this specific person, and they will normally reach out to us and say, I've just been admitted, I would need to know my next steps in getting registered, and we help them from there.
Is there a maximum number of hours you can take in the summer?
We recommend 2 classes because the summer is essentially 2 months. 3 if you include the Maymester, so that's May, June, and July. So of course we're not going to recommend that you take a full 15 course hour load. That's 5 classes.
That's you don't recommend it, but if they want to.
But if they want to, they can. We're not going to tell them no, we're not going to discourage them, but we are going to give them their options completely to let them know, you know, these classes can go a little faster than normal, so you just want to be careful in how you're choosing your classes.
Okay. Now, because I had someone say that they were going to take 6 classes this summer, and I was like, ooh.
And they might have meant 6 hours because 6 hours is just 2 classes, and that's generally what we recommend.
Excuse me. Will financial aid cover this?
So if you are full-time in the fall and spring, you can take 6 hours in the summer, and that will be considered full-time as well, and financial aid will cover it. Anything below that, you would have to check with them to see if you're eligible to receive financial aid or not.
Oh my gosh, you know so much.
So many different parts.
So many different parts. If you can't find something that will suit you, oh my gosh.
I know.
You know, because we have so many different kinds of classes offered, so
And
many
programs.
and programs offered. If you can't find something, oh my goodness.
If you can't find a program we just offer general studies, and you can just get a general associate's degree, and it still works out in your favor, and then you can transfer to a university. So we have a path for everybody. We just got to figure out which one it is.
We will find your path.
Yes.
But you just have to
That's
come
what
here.
find your wings mean. It's really find your path, because we got a path for everybody.
Okay. What do you think the best thing about working at MCC is? Have you found?
Just getting to be involved with the students and then kind of help them on different career paths. So we have some students that will come and they are adamant about one program.
Okay.
And then as they go and start doing classes for that program, they see, this is really not for me.
This is not what I wanted.
And
it's not what I thought it would be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we're there to help them adjust and figure out, well, what is it that you want to do? What is it that you like? What is it that you can handle? What is it that you don't like? So we ask all these questions to kind of figure out and steer them in the right direction in something that they'll be successful in. So
if only
that's the
I
good
had
part.
somebody like that.
I know. That's what we're here for,
But it's all good. It's all good.
fine.
So if someone wants, excuse me.
You are coffee today.
I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, I do know what's wrong with me, and medication helps.
Oh my goodness.
But so if someone is interested in getting in touch with you, how should they do it?
They can email us at advising@meridiancc.edu.
And that is the best way. And then then you will gear them toward.
Yes.
Okay. So when do the Maymester courses start?
The Maymester courses start May 15th, so they have up until May 15th to get registered the day of.
Okay.
Again, those courses are going to go fast, so we're not going to put anyone in those courses after they have started, just so they won't be behind in their class.
Okay, so that's May 15th to June 2nd for
Yes.
the Maymester.
Yes.
And then what are the others? So you've got May 30th?
Yes, May 30th to July 21st is the full summer term.
Okay.
And then May 30th to June 23rd is term 1, and then June 26th to July 21st is term 2.
Thank you so much for
You're
being with
welcome.
us today.
No problem.
Appreciate it. We'll be right back.
Not essential. Never let anyone tell you that again. Never doubt your abilities to make a difference. How do I know this about you? Because I'm a teacher. I am the one who will push you harder and farther than you could have ever imagined. Teach you things that you never thought possible. And if you will give me 100%, then I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and together we will change your future. MCC, find your wings.
And we are here with Miss Tammy Henderson. How are you doing today?
Doing very well, you?
I'm doing well. Now, you are a biology instructor here at Meridian Community College.
Yes.
And how long have you been with us?
As an adjunct since 2019, but 2 years full-time.
Okay, now, you had a very interesting pathway to getting to us.
I did.
Okay, so you started out, now, so you were a doctor, a pediatrician.
Yes.
Okay, and you did that for how many years, if I may ask?
Well, I was never certified in pediatrics, but I saw children.
Okay.
So from the time I got out of the Navy in 1996, I went into private practice, and I practiced from 1996 to 2015.
Okay, and then decided to become a lawyer.
Yes.
Okay, so then went to law school, and
Yes.
then decided to come here and
Yes.
teach with us.
I hated the practice of law. I mean, too many people just don't do what they're supposed to do.
Okay, and so, well, for what, however we got you, we're thrilled to have you here. And let me just say, I run the Success Center here, and we tutor students. She has been in the Success Center. She is typically there 4 days a week. She does her office hours in the Success Center helping students, and she has helped so many students. I just cannot begin to thank you enough for it, and they are, I think, doing a lot better because of it. We've got nursing students who are coming to you and getting assistance, and dental hygiene and things like that. But I wanted to talk to you about just science in general, because it seems like we don't have as many students interested in going into the sciences and math. Why do you think that is?
You know, I'm not sure if it was just the background that they were raised, because science has always been what I've been interested in. And so it's hard for me to understand how people couldn't love it. But I think that they look at the requirements and they say, I don't want to do this, that I don't want to put in the time and the effort.
It's hard sometimes.
Because engineering is a very hard profession. Architecture, I mean, that's still kind of a science, and it's a hard profession. I don't think that we have a lot of students here, because a lot of our students go straight to senior college. If they're going into engineering or pre-med or something like that, they think that the senior college offers a better framework or groundwork, and I'm here to tell you that's not true.
No.
When you're at senior college, you're going to have classes of 80 to 100 to 120 students, and you do not get individual help. And here we limit our student enrollment, and we know the students. We know who they are, what they're doing, what's going on in their lives, and that just doesn't happen at a senior college.
And we have very rigorous criteria for these. You know, you're not going to get out, you know.
Right.
Well, it's there's no. They used to have bonehead classes many years ago when I started, and there would be bonehead English and but we don't do that.
Well, we do offer principles of biology,
Right,
which
but-
is a non-majors course,
Right,
but
and
it's not.
It's a little easier, but it's not as.
It's not what we used to call a SOP course.
Right.
I mean, you will learn if you come through principles. You will at least have a very good foundation in the biological sciences. Now, it won't be a majors level, but you'll still have a good foundation. We cover genetics, we cover cell bio, we cover animals, we cover plants, and some human anatomy. So,
But I just wonder what the change is in that students just don't. Is it self-esteem? Is it they just don't feel that they can do the material or do the work? And it's many, and I know that there are many things. There's no one answer here.
Right.
But even with the assistance that we can give in the Student Success Center, we have students that come in and they have built it into their heads that this is such a hard class. It is so difficult that they become their own worst enemies.
they really do, especially in math. I see that in math all the time. And I think that comes back from the elementary school and from having to do your multiplication tables and time tests and things that...
And I have said many times to students, sometimes it's not necessarily your ability, but it's the quality of the teachers that you had previously.
Right.
Because anytime, if you have a subject and you had a difficult teacher in there or a teacher that wasn't necessarily up to par, it affects how you feel about that subject.
It absolutely does. So most of this traces back to, and I'm not saying elementary school teachers aren't good, because they are, but students don't like timed tests, especially in math. And even people who love math don't like timed tests. But you have to do it. You have to do the drills. It's just part of jumping through the hoops to get to the next level so that you can understand. And we are introducing more and more biology younger and younger. And so I think that's a good thing. I think it's bringing students into the sciences and at least giving them an idea of what it's about. But I mean, when you have a 5th grader that's trying to learn the pieces of a flower, they'd rather be out playing.
Sure.
And I mean,
I would rather be out there.
Today I would too.
But there are things that you have to do. There are things that, and you're like, if you want to progress. But I'm just curious, because I remember getting out of high school, and it was never a question that I wouldn't go on and do some type of science, go ahead and continue my math. It was just, to me, in my head, it was a natural progression. Whether or not I needed this for my degree or not, and I know we don't think that way anymore.
No.
We don't think in terms of knowledge for knowledge's sake.
A lot of people don't. I mean, I still have students who love to go the one step further and to find out the next thing. And I think that's great. I work with them all the time. But I think COVID had something to do with it, because they got everything online. They lost that teacher relationship. They lost, or they thought they gained the ability to do everything online. And our online classes are not what they had in high school online during COVID. I mean, we cover exactly the same material and the same amount of material in our online classes. And I feel like the COVID generation that's just now getting to college are affected by what happened.
What would you say to someone to try to encourage them to take biology or to take your class? How would you do that, if you don't mind me asking?
I would say I'm here to help. That the information is there, and in biology there's a lot of repetition to learning. You learn it in stages. You'll start with what the cell looks like in 5th grade, and then by the time you get to me, you'll know what the different pieces are and what they do. And by the time you leave me, you'll take it one step further. And I'm here to help anybody in the science field. I can do very limited chemistry and limited physics, but
She's even offered to help tutor math.
I can tutor some math, but the science is what I love. The biology is what I love. And I just want people to feel that when I teach it, that they see how much I love it, and that will rub off on them.
Thank you so much for being here today. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate it. We'll be right back.
Meridian Community College. For more than 75 years, we've helped students soar. Establishing the first tuition guarantee program in Mississippi, we put our students first, while creating pathways into the workforce and offering a seamless transition to a 4-year degree. Now is the time to find your purpose and register today, because those who move forward never get left behind. MCC, find your wings.
And we are here with the wonderful DeNay Farrar, right? Did I say your last name correct?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
And you are the program coordinator for the, I'm going to let you finish it.
Medical Office Management Technology Program. I know that's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. So you're the program coordinator and
The instructor.
The instructor.
The instructor.
Okay, so
Yes.
you program coordinate yourself.
And all the students.
And all the students.
And all the paperwork.
Now, so what exactly does that mean? Medical, let's say again,
Medical office. Okay.
Management
So
technology.
we train our students through their coursework to maybe start out as an office receptionist in a medical office, progress to medical insurance,
Okay.
in billing that
Okay.
insurance, electronic health records, CPT and ICD coding. So they are entry-level coders when they leave our program, and they would be able to go on the job and start out at an entry level, work their way up. And we have a lot of interest in working from home coding and doing insurance billing. So of course they're going to have to get a little on-the-job training before they can do that. They take an accounting course along with some of the business and office technology courses like Word, Excel, Access. So they kind of get a very well-rounded course, I guess, education.
You don't know what programs they're using at what office or anything.
Correct.
Like that.
So they learn the basics.
You want to give them a
they
taste
learn,
of a lot.
Right. We have software that they learn on, so it will basically work the same. They will learn how to put all the demographical information in, starting like a new patient chart, all the way to a patient coming, back in for a follow-up appointment, maybe going out as a consult. They learn how to shift all that paperwork and make that happen. It might be someone's coming in where they need surgery, and of course an insurance company has to be called and get that pre-authorization or that predetermination. They learn how to do that. And we're in the world of technology, so everything is electronic.
Yes. Now, how many students, is it a 1-year program or a 2-year program?
Well, they have options. We prefer, of course, for them to go the 2-year route and get that AA degree.
Right.
That makes them a little more marketable, maybe a little more money on the front end, which drives us all, realistically, when we come down to it, that's right. But we do offer options for those that need to come in, take some of the like medical terminology, medical insurance billing right away, the electronic health records. They can leave out with a 30-hour certificate, maybe get a job, start working, and then we try to get them back in. There's another 45-hour technical certificate available, and then of course the AA degree.
Okay.
So,
how many students do you accept into the program each year? Do you only accept in August, or is it August and January?
No, we accept. That's the one thing about our program. We can take students August and in January.
Okay.
So that's a good flexibility that we have compared to some of our other programs on campus. We typically say 25. I could push that up. I would love to have 30 students in the program.
Okay.
So
but typically around 35, or 25.
25 typically, yes.
So do you have any prerequisites, anything that they have to have before they can get into the program?
Well, of course, a high school diploma.
Okay.
We like to look at that ACT score. If they don't have that, we, of course, can administer the AccuPlacer here. If they've never taken the AccuPlacer, look at those scores. And maybe they've had some college credit at another college.
Them if they've had college
yes,
credit?
of course, it always helps them if they've had other college courses. And a lot of times they may have taken some of their what we call gen ed classes. They may have already had English Comp 1 or public speaking or a fine arts or humanities or social science. Those are some of the classes that are required to get that AA degree.
Okay.
So if they've had some of those already, they will finish the program sooner.
Okay.
So it may not take them 2 years to finish.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Now, can they go further if they want to, but beyond an AA degree?
Yes, we have those affiliations now, like MSU Meridian campus right across the street from MCC. William Carey now has that, USM. So we have a lot of options, UWA. I know I'm leaving somebody out. Right off the top of my head, those came to mind. But they will take our courses here, the technical colleges, and apply toward a bachelor's degree.
Wonderful.
So,
now, what kind of job market are we looking at for your graduates?
well, we're a medical community. We have Alliance, we have Oshner Rush, we've got Anderson's, and then all our medical facilities, outpatient surgery centers, our doctor's offices. So there's always a need.
Okay.
There is always a need.
I'm trying to prevent myself from coughing. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
So but I'm sure with a lot of this, it has to do with experience also. You have to have the education, but so they'll start you out at a basic rate, and then as soon as you get more experience, the money goes up.
Absolutely, just as in with most of our jobs that we have experienced throughout our life. One good thing about our program, though, the last semester we have what's called a MOT externship class. Externship.
Sure.
So we work real closely with Miss Shannon Coleman at the Wynn Job Center. She helps place our students, and then we also have places that are lined up, businesses that have agreed, medical places that they can go work. So if they are a medical student, they have to, of course, work in their field in the medical. If they're a business student, then we put them in a business situation. They work at least 135 hours for the semester. semester.
Okay.
But it is directly using their coursework that they've been learning from.
Okay.
So they are getting experience. And most every semester, well, I know for the last 3 semesters, we have had the majority of our students finish their internship and they're offered a full-time job.
Wonderful.
So yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So if you have a student who doesn't know what they would like to do with their lives, what kind of qualities do you think might make them suitable for your program?
Well, we have a lot of students that say, I don't want direct patient care one-on-one, as in they don't want to be a nurse and they know that. So I say, you're a great fit. If you think you might like paperwork, working with, computers, you may have some patient contact, but it will be maybe checking them in when they come into the physician's office or checking them out. Or you may sit in a back office and file insurance, So if those are things you think you might want to, that would interest you, at least come talk to me. Come see me. We'll discuss in further what you would be looking at, what our program requires.
Okay.
We do have online options. So if we have students that work full-time, they can take our program fully online.
Wonderful.
That's a new thing, yes. So face-to-face, hybrid, online.
Okay.
And that has been a good draw for a lot of people because we have a lot of people, they must work 40 hours a week to support their families,
Sure.
but they want to further their education. So I'm excited. We got 14 graduates. Yes.
And we're about
to wind that up for this semester.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Well, listen, thank you so much for being on the show and talking about your program. And I do want to have you back and let's talk a little bit further,
Sure,
okay?
that'd be great.
We'll be right back.
Since 1996, the MCC Foundation Tuition Guarantee Program has provided students an opportunity to find their potential. Thousands of students have benefited from the program. Over $6 million have been invested in the students who learn and live right here in our community. This program is funded by individuals and businesses who believe in our students, our families, and the economic impact of an education at Meridian Community College. Now is your chance to offer support. Give today at meridiancc.edu/give.
On behalf of executive producers Matt Milner and Tanisha Clark, media mogul Josh Taylor, and student producer Jordan Jaja Nix, thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. I want to thank this wonderful class from Media Productions. They have done a great job behind the cameras and in the control room this year. So see you next year.